Welcome to the 7th episode of Nerds on Nerdy Stuff, the video podcast with me, Josh.
I'm Ben.
I'm Jonathan.
You might recognize Jonathan from last week. He made an impression on us, so we're going to keep him around for as long as we feel like stringing him along, just to make him feel better about himself. But he's going to be a fixture on the show, too. I'm sure you guys enjoy him just as much as we do. But all that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with our news for the week. What do we got, Ben?
We've got some confirmation on King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a lot, but
Ben
it's
seems to think
confirmed.
we've mentioned it a lot, but it's been confirmed for 2020.
I'm happy it's confirmed. But I also feel like we've talked about it a whole lot.
2018 release date for the Godzilla sequel, and it's going to fly into the King Kong versus Godzilla in 2020, supposedly.
So, is there going to be a movie in between it?
Yeah, there's going to be Kong Skull Island, which is coming out sometime soon. I can't remember the exact date.
Is that 2017?
Probably 2017. That's since they're they've hammered down a lot of the cast, and they're probably polishing off the script that they haven't done already. But and then the Godzilla sequel is going to be 2018, so 2020 is the date. Tentatively, probably summertime blockbuster status, that kind of movie.
Yeah,
but it's going to be a
summertime.
2020, and we're all super jazzed for it because even though the first Godzilla movie had some slow spots with the shitty Ford family, the atomic breath, and everything else more than made up for it.
Seeing that is just, that's
Sing that
boner-inducing nerd rage.
Yeah.
So good.
Slowest movie, and then it's just like, what's going to happen? Where's it going to go? And he spins a monster around and throws it, and then all of a sudden,
his scales
the spines light up on his back, and it's just like,
fuck yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's confirmed, so we're going to go on to other things now, too, since we've harped on it so much.
Yeah, right. So we've got Steve Zahn coming up, and he was casted in War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
War 4, War
We're not
4.
sure where he's going to fall, if he's going to be a performance capture character, if he's going to be a human character. We know he's a tremendous actor in the comedy side. I haven't really seen him too much drama other than Rescue Dawn with Christian Bale.
He's done a lot of drama. A lot of smaller movies though. Like Rescue Dawn wasn't that well known, but it was kind of big for early 2000s release.
Something like that, yeah.
But
I've never heard of Rescue Dawn.
It's just a POW kind of war movie with Christian Bale.
What did Steve Zahn do? I mean, he was
like his co-pilot or something like that.
Yeah,
or
just
a
another
fellow POW that ran off and was gunned down. Apparently,
I think he got killed in that because he ran off like a bitch and didn't help out his buddies.
Yeah.
All in for himself, but.
Would you say he Christian Baled?
Yeah.
Stolen joke!
Credit the writers on
that was
that
Ben's
one.
joke. I stole the joke.
Man, that was punny.
But I'm kind of thinking he might be... I think he'll be human cast. I don't think he'll be motion captured. And I think he'll be up against... I think he'll be good versus Woody Harrelson's bad.
Like the relatable human character in the conflict? That would make sense.
I think he might not be like the main guy, but he could be.
The main guy's got to be Caesar now at this point. They don't even need human characters.
Right, that's true.
Because it's war for the Planet of the Apes.
War has already begun.
War has already begun.
But let's move on to some other movie news. We've got some more Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, more Marvel stuff. Yeah. As you might have noticed, it's a Marvel extravaganza today.
It's good for me.
So, confirmation that the Hulk is in Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, we're going to have Super Punch Face Bros, the movie.
Yeah.
Starring Satan.
Going ham.
I hope. I know we talked about it last time. Really hope Surtur's in this.
Surtur has to be. He's integral to the whole.
We don't
Ragnarok.
know. Marvel can do whatever. Like, you're talking about,
It's
to do the Planet Hulk. Like, fuck it, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they can blend elements from all these different stories into things. Yeah.
There's a lot of the fan speculation of Planet Hulk. Is there anything to really build that on, except that it's not? There's a third planet involved that's not Asgard and it's not Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, there's another planet that we don't know anything about.
If they're going to do it, I think
we don't know where the Hulk is cinematically.
It would make sense for them to fold in elements from Planet Hulk, maybe. Like, it's not going to be the full Planet Hulk storyline where he lands on that planet, has a kid, and they die.
Doing that yet. Yeah.
And stuff. That would be too long to tell in a Thor movie, let alone a Hulk movie. But they could pull elements of it. I also think if they do like a whole another planet in space too, it might be reaching, but it'd be kind of a cool way to introduce Beta Ray Bill into the movie, which would be hard to do, but it'd be interesting because Like, that's a cool character.
Yeah.
Because I know when they did the cartoon version of Planet Hulk, they had the animated version.
Mm-hmm.
The storyline in the comics has the Silver Surfer as one of the adversaries he has to face in the gladiatorial arena.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Marvel couldn't have him in an animated feature. So they had to use Beta Ray Bill. And I thought he was more than adequate as, like, that character because he's a Thor level, like, on power scale. Like, he could knock the crap out of Thor or anyone else below him. So it's that'd be a good way to introduce Beta Ray Bill, which is another part of the cosmic Marvel stuff that they're doing with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Because I think that'd be kind of cool too. Like maybe if Guardians 2 had like a Beta Ray Bill reference or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he's like the last of his race and he's the guardian of his race kind of thing.
Right. They could actually just bring him in. I know they were talking about for Guardians 2. There's going to be some new characters that aren't regular Guardians characters.
Yeah.
I think is how James Gunn worded it. You can check me on that. I'm a little drunk. But it would be really cool, at least coming back to what we were talking about. Thor and Hulk getting together. You know how like Thor Shoryuken the shit out of him with the hammer. If we get some double team Shoryuken with both fists, oh my god. Oh man.
Well, there's also that great scene. Was it? Yeah, when in the first
It's-
Avengers.
yeah,
Hulk
Avengers.
just
Yeah, these punches him out. Like they both take down that Chitauri like snake thing. Or whatever
Yeah,
the hell it's
right.
called. And they land in like Union Station, like through the goddamn window, like not giving a shit. And then Hulk just punches the shit out of him out of frame.
Yeah.
I remember I saw
So
that in
good.
theater, and like everyone in the theater just died laughing. This is
Yeah.
such a fucking great thing.
It's so fun.
I don't know. I think we're just gonna have a buddy superhero movie.
Yeah,
and
which it'd be cool. But Thor and Hulk, buddy cops in space.
Exactly.
It's like Lethal Weapon 5 with Thor and Hulk. That'd be awesome.
So the other character that
too
was
old for this.
confirmed or rumored is Valkyrie.
Yeah, I'm not too strong on her character in the comics. She's kind of like, I wouldn't say a throwaway character so much. She's kind of just almost, at least in my eyes, like a female pandering. Like we need to have a strong female other than Sif, other than Jane Foster, who's beating the shit out of cancer and being the female Thor in the comics too.
We can't bring Black Widow into space yet. So.
Yeah, not yet. So Scarlett Johansson might be pregnant again too for that. So God only knows what she's gonna do stunt wise.
No. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Valkyrie's cool, I guess, but
I don't know much about the character. Who could play her?
yeah, that's what I was about to ask. I know this little figure here looks kind of like Cersei in the face. Cersei from.
She's pretty old. Lena Headey. Or
Yeah,
Headey?
she is kind of old though.
Kinda
So, I mean,
older.
there's that.
So Valkyrie's an older character.
No. I'm just saying
okay.
it's a bad looking figure.
Oh, Lana Headley, you just got called out. Sorry, ma'am.
Shame. Ugh. Eesh, shame indeed. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Tall, strong, blonde. You know, actually, it doesn't necessarily have to be tall. She could just be muscular. Maybe this is how we could finally shut Ronda Rousey up about trying to be a real character.
I don't want Ronda Rousey in any way involved in any acting.
What if she was just a side character?
If
And
she
then
says like,
everybody'd be happy.
Okay.
All these people who are like shoving the shit in your face, you're like, okay, there you go, happy. She has a sword,
I would rather have her as Valkyrie versus Miss Marvel.
right?
there's no chance of her ever being Miss Marvel.
But they're trying to push her into that character.
Yeah, everybody's
no
trying to
one's trying to-
force it. They're trying to force
a lot
it.
of the internet is.
The internet is stupid. They try to push Tyrese into Green Lantern for Pete's sake. That's
Sorry.
dumb.
Sorry,
That's
internet.
dumb.
Yeah, please watch us.
If you think Tyrese would be a good Jon Stewart, I'm sorry.
No.
You're,
Is
you're
that
wrong.
a thing? That should not be
yeah.
a thing.
What's his name? Eldris.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba is too busy being Heimdall.
Yeah, he's already.
Yeah.
He could be both. He's a perfect Jon Stewart.
No. He would be a perfect Jon Stewart. He would be phenomenal.
He's a good anything.
But then, like, they had the idea of Jamie Alexander, who plays Sif, being Wonder Woman, which would be pretty cool too.
She'd be a good Wonder Woman.
But she also has her TV schedule is too much now with that Blind Spot show.
She's way. Wait, she's in Blind Spot?
Yeah, she's the main character in Blind Spot.
I've only heard radio advertisements.
I've
When I
only
say-
seen TV and like YouTube
psh,
comment. I've got no interest in watching it. I'm sorry.
Ugh.
But carrying on from there, I think one person that could play Valkyrie, it would be a big get for Marvel for how small of a character, unless they fold her in a larger aspect. Maybe Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
That's
a big pull.
huge actress to play a small role, not a huge role.
she's been doing it with Mystique.
Yeah.
Because Mystique, while she is the star,
I can
she's
see
not
Fox
the
having an
star.
issue with that though.
And she's done with
Casting
it.
has nothing to do with like contracts like that, unless there's like some weird footnote on the contract.
But wasn't there? What were we talking about last week? How she might be done with Mystique.
She might be done with
Her
Mystique.
contract might be up, yeah.
And let's go into the next subject that you don't have written down right here. There was the big rumor about the Fox Marvel handshake.
Yeah, with
for
them,
Fantastic Four. This might be part of it.
Yeah,
I thought that was shot down.
Yeah,
it's been kind of shot down, but it would make sense.
How many times have people? How many times have they? How many times have they denied that there's going to be Netflix series, or how many times has Marvel denied that there's going to be Netflix series of superheroes? And then look at where we are now. Jessica Jones, they denied the shit out of it at first.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Marvel's secretive, and the deal does need to happen. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, news-wise, it's been shut down.
It stands to benefit both parties too, because Marvel's not doing anything with the X-Men on TV.
Yeah.
And then
And
Fox is
fucking everything
shitting the
they
bed,
touch.
shitting the bed with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So it'd be a win-win-win. The only detriment I think would be that maybe Marvel Studios would be overstretched because they're trying to push from 2 Marvel movies a year to 3 with Phase 3 and stuff.
Right.
So their studios might be stretched out unless they expand their studios, which would be fine too. So that might be the issue I'm saying.
They could still do it. 3 movies a year is a lot of movies.
Yeah, but if you have enough staff,
they could
enough
do it.
crews.
But I mean, it's.
They've done 3 movies a year before, haven't they?
Well, I think this is either the first year or next year's gonna be the first year where they do that.
I want to say there was wasn't there Cap, Guardians, Thor?
Thor was the year before.
Or
Dark
World.
That was a winter release, I think, late fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was Winter Soldier was in April or May, and then Guardians was September, October, or August, somewhere around there. And then this year it was Ant-Man and
Age of
Avengers.
Ultron.
Yeah, Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2. So I think next year's gonna be 3 with Cap, Civil War,
Right.
Guardians. No, is Guardians 2 coming out? I forget the actual slate. But
I can't
either
remember
way,
if
they're going to try to
might
push
be 17, not 16.
Yeah, they're trying to push to 3 films a year.
Yeah, it's 2017 Guardians. They could do it. I mean, it's
They could do it. If anybody could do it,
3 movies
Marvel.
a year is a lot of movies to fill up. I mean, I know they got shit planned out for at least a decade.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could do it if they wanted to.
It's definitely feasible. But sticking with Marvel, we had a teaser for Jessica Jones and Daredevil both. Mm-hmm. And Jessica Jones is looking better and better every single time,
it's looking good.
It's
I
looking
can't
really
believe
good.
how excited I am.
Super dark, too. Which it has to be with the storyline she comes out of.
That's true. Yeah. She does come from a very dark storyline, especially since we know that David Tennant's going to be playing the Purple Man.
Yeah.
Purple Man storyline, very, very dark.
Cool.
Everybody who's I need trigger filters and shit. You're probably going to need trigger filters for this if you don't like...
I wouldn't watch it with your family. If they're going to there's a lot of...
I don't know anything about the storyline.
Oh, well, you see his eyebrows. This is real eyebrows. He didn't know that she gets
genuine
raped
interest.
fucking crazy.
Insinuated rape and mind control and...
Oh.
Do you think they're going to do it for the season? I mean,
I don't know. If they do that, then spoiler alerts, they're going to kill the shit out of that love interest in Daredevil. Because they're going to go... That's the same kind of...
She's in Luke Cage, though.
Yeah, I know.
Jessica Jones and Luke Cage get together eventually, though.
I know that.
He's talking about the Daredevil chick, right?
Oh, Adriana Sate? Or what's her face?
Which one?
The blonde chick.
Night Nurse.
Oh, okay.
No, Jenny?
The love interest. Yeah,
That's not a love interest, is it? I
the
thought
blonde
nurse...
chick?
I was thinking it was the chick
I can't think of her name. I'm
that
sorry.
made him to health, Rosario Dawson.
No.
That's what I was
Rosario
thinking.
Dawson's the night nurse. Is a different character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dawson's what I was saying.
Dawson.
That's Vodka.
Rosario Dawson.
Vodka
No,
trying to get out.
I thought she was more the love interest than the lady.
I thought she was too. So I know kind of.
I know comic books. I'll be honest, I only watched the 4th episode because I'm trying to get my wife to watch it with me, and babe, come on, Jesus, it's so good.
What I know about Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, just one little bit that's from the comics about her needing to feel something with him, and that's whatever. It sounds like really dark stuff.
Feel love or
kind of. I just don't see Marvel going that.
Well, it's on TV with the dark tone that they've got with Daredevil. They could easily do it.
They could do it, but it's still Marvel, and I don't see Marvel going that far.
The dark corners of the Marvel universe are getting some light shed on them in these shows. Because the Punisher is way too dark for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The character himself, he's a murderer essentially.
Yeah.
He's a black and white life kind of person. Like, either you're good or you're bad, and if you're good, I'm going to basically ignore you probably, and if you're bad, you get a bullet in your brain.
Yeah, be
because you're
punished.
bad.
I'm the Punisher.
Yeah.
You're gonna be punished.
Speaking of, we saw him in our first
Yeah,
shot of him in the
Or,
teaser.
is it John or Joe Bernthal?
John Barnes.
Either way, we saw him going down like it looked like a hospital hallway.
Hospital
yeah.
hallway.
So
yeah.
he's smoking somebody out that's already laid up. So it's gonna be pretty
And
dark.
we saw Elektra for her first
We
Yeah,
saw
it
what we
was a-
think
it
is
was a-
Elektra, right?
Yeah.
pulling up her turtleneck, whatever.
It looked like she's gonna be a version of is it the hand or the foot?
The hand. The foot is Ninja Turtle.
The
Yeah,
hand
that's
is
what it was.
the hand is actual Marvel. The
Yeah, so like it was her like pulling up like a baklava over her face, doing the whole ninja thing, which is weird because she looked almost like a Middle Eastern.
Baklava, isn't that a pastry?
No, it's like the head mask thing. That has like the whole face hole, like the eye holes.
Okay.
Either way, I think it's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. But anyways, she looked pretty generic. She's supposed to be Greek in the comics, which is kind of a hard ethnicity to peg when you get an actress. And it doesn't really matter. They're gonna call her the Greek chick because they already had an Easter egg with saying Matt Murdock had a run in with a Greek chick during college. That was one of the jokes from one of the episodes too.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
okay.
It might be like a flashback sequence or something like that, which would be kind of cool. But we're speculating that that's the lady we see in the teaser trailer.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's exciting. I really like Daredevil.
Yeah.
It's really exciting.
He's one of the more interesting Marvel characters, really.
Yeah, his comic books are great.
And Marvel and Netflix are doing it really awesome.
Yeah,
man.
I can't wait to see them do Iron Fist. Truthfully,
It's
Actually, so when we're talking about a bunch of rumors about this stuff, there was that rumor going around that Iron Fist might be in trouble lately, which I really hope that's not true.
that can't be true.
But the same guy who said that is the same guy that said that the rumor for Moon Knight is back on.
really, okay.
Yeah, so that.
Yeah, they're thinking that, or speculation is going that maybe that both Moon Knight and the Punisher are going to do like backdoor pilots, so to speak, with the Netflix shows. Like they're gonna pop into like one of their shows and they're gonna have like either a Moon Knight centric or a Punisher centric story. And if the audiences really latch on to that character, they're gonna spin them out into their own series, which would be kind of cool too. Like we said, the Punisher doesn't belong in the MCU proper with its light tone and jokes and stuff. The
Right.
Punisher's just hell and brimstone and
murder.
Like it's dark. But I have not heard that stuff about Iron Fist, Danny Rand getting the shaft.
I hope it's not the shaft. I think it's just that it's coming under some troubles.
Some scrutiny?
Might not be fitting in or something like.
Well, with everything they've already set up in Daredevil, with what's her name, the Asian lady that disappeared, lives
Madame
further.
Gao.
Yeah, Madame
Yeah.
Gao lives further away than China or whatever.
And plus
it's
that,
all the references to
Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Kung Lao is in Mortal Kombat. Kung Loon's in Marvel.
he had that size super sharp hat.
Kunlun, they already have that reference in Daredevil, so I hope they don't drop
Yeah.
it.
Plus they had one of the Iron Fist villains too. That's that guy that Stick reported to with all the scars on his
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I'm not familiar with him in the comics.
It's all set up,
Yeah,
so they
but-
shouldn't
Yeah.
drop it.
So, and then also there's the whole thing that Marvel did announce that we're gonna meet Doctor Strange in Iron Fist.
really.
So yeah,
I don't think I
I
caught that.
haven't heard that.
this
That'd
is
be
a
news.
while ago. This was like
I haven't heard shit about that.
Okay, so man, internet, come tell these guys.
Comment section, go
like,
for it.
no, they said when they were showing like the big, first movie theater screen, and they're like, "This is a movie is coming out. Look, we're gonna do 2 Avengers 3."
Like
so
at
they're
D23 or
oh
whatever.
yeah, Doctor Strange is gonna be like the fucking guy, and we don't know who he is yet, but we're gonna meet him in Iron Fist.
No, I did not say that.
Yeah,
That'd be.
dude.
Was that before they cast Benedict Cumberbatch?
It was before they officially announced that they did, but everybody was like, "It's gonna be Benedict Cumberbatch, whatever
Okay.
the fuck his name is." I've never watched this guy before. I don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah,
Dude,
watch Sherlock.
Watch Sherlock.
Are you serious?
BBC Sherlock.
Is it the one with
one on
with the
Netflix.
Asian chick?
No,
What's her
not
name?
Lucy Liu. No,
Oh, okay.
That's like the shitty Americanized
CBS version.
Yeah.
No, watch the one that's on BBC.
It's on Netflix right now.
With Martin
too.
Freeman as Holmes.
Oh,
It's actually really, really good. They're like each episode's like 90 minutes long, so it's like each one's like a
It's like
movie.
3 or 4 episodes per season. So that's
There's only 3
only
seasons.
3 or 4?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's.
I
Really
have
good.
this big commitment issue with spending time to watch things.
Yeah, 3 or 4 episodes per season, and 90
The third
minutes each.
season isn't as good as the first 2, but they're both
Right.
really good.
It's
Because they
solid.
introduced Moriarty in the first season at the very end,
Ooh.
and then he's like the big through line villain in the second season.
that's
Really good. If you haven't watched BBC Sherlock, watch that.
Was
Give
there-
them all your money.
I'm really looking forward to the Ant-Man Blu-ray release because I thought I've heard a lot of talk of a Doctor Strange Easter egg in the
Subatomic. part.
subatomic sequence in the movie.
I heard it was someone else too.
I've
Who
heard-
else do you see it was?
I was gonna say, I
Yonder?
thought it was just Eternity.
I've heard Eternity too.
I've heard Eternity and
Yeah.
I've heard both. So
And the
I'm
reason
really
why
looking forward to
why that they were saying that it was Eternity was kind of the images that they were doing in the background that was kind of like 3D or a CGI were like recreations of how Jack Kirby drew Eternity, because when you saw Eternity in the old comic books,
It looks like you're looking.
it was like
it's like a window into
it's
space.
all, well, not just that, it's like all black in the background because it's space.
Yeah.
But then he's a white outline in the black with all these different
galaxies,
like
quasars
images and shit
yeah.
inside of him.
So
and
is that
that's kind
something
of,
that some maybe laymen would get confused with Doctor Strange stuff if they're looking for
I
something?
mean, it looked like psychedelic shit, and they say Doctor Strange.
Also, I didn't
weird.
see anybody like. I remember hearing about the Easter egg before I saw the movie, and I was looking hard for it.
I was looking way hard.
Yeah,
One thing
all
about
I saw was
Eternity.
like fractal shit. Yeah.
didn't
One thing
know
about
anything, so I
Eternity
was
is
looking
like
for it.
Doctor Strange. You can see him right here.
With a
Has
cape, yeah.
has the cape that's
The collar,
like
huge
low
collar.
collar with these like little pointy
Lines,
things.
yeah.
And Eternity has the same thing, but then
But
also
it's all
has
this-
another one that goes behind it. So I was like looking for that real fucking hard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's where I thought we would. If we really look forward,
I really wish Marvel brings back the little one shots too. Those were really fun.
Didn't do that.
You know, they've actually said that there were none planned any further past the King.
I thought they had announced they were going to think about doing more though, like not for Ant-Man, but maybe for other future Blu-ray releases.
I hope so, because I think
Hail
everyone
the
loves
King.
them.
Hail the King was perfect because it let the fans that were like butthurt about the Mandarin being kind of nerfed in Iron Man 3. Like,
Ben Kingsley.
no, the real Mandarin is out there. Like, don't worry.
And
like,
he does exist.
yeah, and
they do exist.
And actually, the Mandarin was referenced in Ant-Man 2. The guy
Right.
who stole those knockoff pin particles had the 10 rings tattoo somewhere on his hand or his neck.
Yeah. I
heard
somewhere
that too.
noticeable.
Yeah, I know. I caught it.
Yeah.
I heard that, but I want to go back to some Moon Knight. We talked about a little bit about that as a possible backdoor pilot from Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a whole lot about Moon Knight. I don't know if the internet knows. A
I'll
whole
let
lot
Jonathan cut loose on
Oh
this.
shit! Okay, there's
Go
a few
into it a little
characters
bit.
I don't know anything about, and this
Just
is
give us
one of
like
those.
give us like a
Oh, really?
breakdown of the character and the synopsis.
All right.
Of what you know.
Here we go.
Not too far, but a little bit.
He wears white.
Yeah.
He has a plane. That's the Moon Knight plane.
The Moon
Okay.
Jet.
I don't. Is it called the jet? I don't
hope
fucking
not.
know. I don't read Moon
Okay.
Knight.
People
Listen.
like to compare him to as like Marvel's Batman.
Yeah,
That's what I was
he's
But
very
he's,
much-
but he's a sociopath and a psychopath because he's like schizophrenic.
And there's also Egyptian shit.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, but Daredevil's also Marvel's Batman. So
Yeah, I don't see like.
Marvel has a lot
So
of
that's my
Batman.
thing. Is like
Batman's really popular, man.
the Batman's a cool dude. He's basically a Marvel character.
So what's
He's
the
like three of
Egyptian?
them.
What's the Egyptian tie? Is that just symbology? Or
No, was he an archaeologist that
Symbology, is that a
like
word?
passed out in front of the statue of Anubis?
Don't
or
fucking
something?
know. Don't know. No clue.
He was. There's some Egyptian tie-in, but he was a former boxer, and he thinks he has all these relationships with all these Marvel heroes like Spider-Man and Thor and stuff that
Right.
are just fake memories.
Oh.
So like it's a really crazy convoluted web. He's really interesting because he can fly off the handle, and he's like schizophrenic. He has multiple personalities.
cool.
I know
It's
the
really
newest version of him. He wears a suit, all white suit
I've seen some
with a
of that.
white like Snake Eyes mask.
Yeah, with like
That-
the crescent on.
Yeah,
the
it has the
forehead.
big like Egyptian crescent thing.
Yeah,
It's a
crescent
moon.
moon,
I like the big cape though. I like
Yeah,
the big actual
I don't
superhero.
know. I don't fucking.
I think that they drew it too much like a white Batman there. 'Cause
Yeah.
it almost looked like Jim Lee art too, the way they drew it with
Yeah.
the action pose.
Oh yeah.
I always think of this one
and
panel.
like the moon's in the background because it's moonlight.
Yeah,
you know, and, like, you got the clouds.
It was probably a cover or something like that. And it was good art, but like this looks like they're ripping off Jim Lee's art style.
I don't know. I
think I
don't
need
know.
to
I'm
read
sorry.
a little
I don't
bit.
know. You
I
know
need
what?
to
We
read a
can make
little
it
bit.
if you want. If you really want, I can find out.
Yeah.
I can
Let's
report
find out.
back.
We'll report back and we'll keep our ear down.
All
for more
right.
news about
Next
Moon Knight.
time, if they invite me back,
We'll see. I
I'll
don't
bore
know.
you to death with.
He's
some
already
Moon
letting us
Knight.
down, so we'll see.
I'm pretty sure Moon Knight sucks.
He's
Pretty
probably,
sure.
he's
No,
probably
I bet he's awesome. I don't know.
I've heard cool things.
I know. Okay,
anything
so
about him.
here's what I do know about him, and this has nothing to do with comic books. I play the Marvel Heroes game, Marvel Heroes, right? And in that game, he's based on making your opponents bleed. He cuts everybody and adds bleed damage to everybody.
Really?
So you got to be really fucking cool if all you do is make people bleed.
pretty cool and pretty dark. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm into
So
that.
yeah,
Ted Bundy's pretty cool.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll accept that homework. I'll go find out everything I can about
Okay,
him
report
and read
back.
some fucking stories and stuff. I just did that actually on my own volition for the Red Hood, which has nothing to do with this conversation. So I can do it. I can do
Or
it.
Marvel.
Yeah, good for you going to DC.
You're reading DC? That Red Hood, or is there a different Red Hood I'm not thinking of?
There's a
There's
a
like
Red Hood
4 or
in
5
DC.
DC Red Hoods, but there's only like.
Well, I'm just
There's
saying, are you
none
reading a
Marvel.
Marvel?
No, I'm reading the one that matters is Marvel.
There's a Marvel Red Hood.
So there's a Marvel Red Hood that we don't know.
man.
Marvel, get that out of here with the Red Hood.
Well, I mean, the difference between no, actually, they are pretty much the same because Marvel's Red Hood is exactly the same as DC's Red Hood. And get this, I'll explain Marvel's Red Hood.
Where it's like a revolving door of villains, pretty much.
No, he's just a regular ass dude
Yeah.
who has a red hood, and there's nothing really special about him.
So
That's a slam on DC because that's really not what Marvel's is at all. But
that's not what DC's is about either, though. Like, they use
yeah,
that
no, he's
character
just
so
like
well.
he's like some kind of like
They tied him into Joker's past.
Yeah, he's like some kind
Jason
of just
Todd
regular
coming back.
ass fucking guy who
It's
shoots people.
pretty cool. If you have a
whatever.
chance to read that.
No, it's just really cool. Yeah, I'm totally being.
I have no
a
idea
jerk.
about the Marvel Red Hood. He's probably interesting as
The
well.
Marvel Red Hood is
I
pretty
didn't,
cool.
I didn't know he existed until just now.
He's pretty cool, but he's literally like a C-level villain who tries to be more, and he's like always around, and he's kind of a joke that
Is it like
way.
comedic though?
It is kind of comedic. The one of my favorite parts of Red Hood is in Siege, or Dark Avengers Siege. They have the Cabal, which is all the villains that get together and they kind of meet and have their ideas. And Norman Osborn is trying to push them around, but Doctor Doom is always there. And Doctor Doom is just like, I don't fucking care. I don't want to be here. I'm Doom. You guys are wasting Doom's time.
Yeah.
This whole thing is not for Doom, so I'm busy thinking about Doom. And there's one scene where he's there and he's thinking, and he's daydreaming. Or well, I'm sorry, I guess that ruins it. But like he's sitting there. And like Hood comes in and says something, and he's like, "You asshole!" And he fucks him, and he strangles him, and he takes his hood and he wears it. And next time he comes to the Cabal, he has a red cape on, and everybody's like,
Where'd you get that red?
"Where'd you get that red cape?" And he's like, "Oh, it was a gift. Dude gave it to me." And then they're like, "Hey, Victor," and he's like, "Oh, sorry." And his hood's green again, and they're like, "What's wrong?" He's daydreaming. Sorry, I'm out.
Wow.
Teleports
legit.
the fuck out.
That's legit. Doombot away.
Yeah.
Who's he a villain to? Like who's?
He's a villain to a lot of people. He's been a villain to like Daredevil, Spider-Man, mostly Punisher. He has guns. He has this hood that's
It's like
blessed.
a street level villain.
Yeah, it's street level villain, except for his hood is blessed by Dormammu. Yeah, so he has some Doctor
Interesting.
Strange stuff.
Kinda cool.
He does. He's in there. He has flying boots, so he can fly around. He can teleport. He can.
Different twist than
When
DC's.
you say
Red
that out
Hood.
loud, flying boots just
Yeah,
sound,
he has
sound
flying
really
boots.
stupid.
He puts these boots
Peter
on.
Quill's got him.
Yeah,
Kind of.
Peter Quill has rocket boots, a little different.
Yeah, rocket boots sound cool. Flying boots sound
Flying
like
boots.
No, he has flying boots. Yeah, they're flying boots.
Boots with the flap away.
Not so much. That's green, or that's Namor. But
Namor has those.
he has flying ankles. But
New 52, Wonder Woman has those too, stolen from Hermes.
that's right. That's right.
But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode with our pull list. We're gonna make it abbreviated today. We're not gonna go into who draws and who writes them, but we're gonna go with
Get Jiro.
Get Jiro.
Get Jiro looks so cool.
Yeah, if you're familiar
Anthony-
with the Netflix documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi, it's kind of like a different take, serialized, comic bookized version of him, like where he's running away from the Yakuza, and he's using his culinary skills as a way out of being a Japanese gangster.
Anthony
It
Bourdain
sounds-
somehow involved.
Yeah, Anthony Bourdain's like a producer on it somehow, so it seems pretty off the wall, so we're going to give it a shot.
Yeah. Looking forward to it like really hard. And I don't read anything outside of Marvel. As soon as I saw the title, I was like, is that Sushi Jiro? Like,
Yeah.
I'm so in. Like,
Yeah,
oh man.
it sucked us all in instantly, just reading the synopsis. We're like, this seems ridiculous enough to
Sounds
be
awesome.
really fun. And then we're going to go with Justice League number 45, continuing with the Dark Side War. Jeff Johns is still killing it with that. Jason Fabek's art is amazing as well. Giving a whole new dimension to the Anti-Monitor and all that stuff. Really cool. I recommend you pick that up. Give them your money. And then Superman Wonder Woman number 22. The story arc with Truth, Justice, and Lies. I think that's what the whole Superman arc is, where he's lost his powers for or his powers are minimized for a certain amount of time after he learned about his super flare.
That super flare's kind of cool.
The super flare is cool, but the way they write these books nowadays, you have to read like 2 or 3 other books to get the full gist of the story, which feels kind of cheap because the whole idea of Superman and Wonder Woman, their book together, is like just kind of like a relationship book so much, or sort of. So it's kind of a shame to where like I don't get all the story because I'm not reading all the Superman books and I'm not reading whatever else that storyline's getting told in. They have a bad habit of doing that at DC, it seems like, where you have to read like 4 or 5 different books that you don't normally read to get the full gist of the story to understand what's going on. But I'm still going to pull it and read it because I want to see where the rest of the story goes. I'm curious.
So Marvel usually does that with big crossovers. You're saying DC does that with just like regular
some
titles.
smaller story arcs too, like I can't remember the exact title of like the through arc with it too, but like Superman learned the super flare and he's back to wearing just his t-shirt and jeans, not the cape, because he's like sort of depowered to a certain extent.
Okay.
Like bullets still hurt him and can possibly kill him, kind of thing.
You know who else does a super flare?
Who's that?
Krillin.
Krillin, yeah.
So I'm pulling Amazing Spider-Man #2. The first one was hilarious. I literally LOL'd, and like people looked at me like, "What the fuck?"
More so than usual.
Yeah, I did the same for Iron Man, but more so in Iron Man, I guess. But Amazing Spider-Man was good. I'm also pulling Astonishing Ant-Man. They're switching the title, or they're giving the title of Ant-Man to a different character.
Yeah.
If I remember reading that.
It's not going to be Scott Lang or Hank Pym?
I don't know how many issues it's going to take, but I know the preview for Astonishing Ant-Man was him handing the suit off.
Oh, nice.
To somebody else.
Okay.
So,
Michael Pena.
Yeah, straight to Michael Pena, and he's like, you know, man, that was really cool. I got this friend.
Yeah.
And my cousin said whatever. But then the other two books that I'm pulling are some more #1s, and all these #1s are coming out of what will eventually be the end of Secret Wars. I'm pulling the two Inhumans books, Uncanny Inhumans, starring Johnny Storm, fuck that guy, and Karnak. Karnak's getting his own book. He's a guy who actually died not too long ago, so what the fuck? I don't know.
That's the problem I'm having with Marvel pulling out all their stuff before Secret Wars is over.
I don't know.
Because every book is like 6 months after like Battle World or whatever. So like you don't know what the hell happened to revert everything back to normal.
Here's my big problem with it. I really love the continuity and the day-to-day, the monotony of it. The daytime drama television show that is Marvel Comics. And everything has been, we're going to do a reboot, and then it wasn't no reboot, and we're going to do a reboot, and then like, nah, it's just AVX, whatever. We're going to do a reboot Marvel now. No, same shit. Same thing again, kind of knew it was coming, right? We get the new books out, we're only halfway through Secret War, which is supposed to be the big game changer.
See you, ladies.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's supposed to be the big game changer to reboot the whole world, but we find out immediately we're back in 616. The galaxy is all the same. Everybody who was in the galaxy doing their thing is the same as we saw.
Status quo.
We saw this in Guardians #1, Guardians of the Galaxy #1, and it's like, why did you do that? Because first off, if you're saying everything's gonna end and everything's gonna change, and you have all these Battle World books, why do I give a fuck outside of Secret War?
Yeah.
Secret War is the only story that matters to know what's coming up next. And if you're gonna release Iron Man and Spider-Man and everything #1.
Before that
halfway through the story arc, what's the fucking point? Like now my whole excitement of Secret Wars, because I am excited for Secret Wars, has shifted from excitement more to curiosity to more of a, what the fuck actually happened here?
Yeah.
You know, why are we where we're at now as opposed to where we were before Secret Wars? And instead of like, oh my god, what's going to happen in Secret Wars #7?
Yeah. I won't say the stakes are completely lost, but you're like, well, we know they all come back alive and fine and well.
Yeah,
so
we
like,
know Tony's
nothing
back.
bad can happen. Nothing that bad can happen because
Yeah.
everyone gets back to normal.
So
It's kind of a buzzkill.
it is. That's exactly what it is. It's not that harsh. It's not like I'm butthurt about it, but it is a buzzkill.
Yeah, it's from a storytelling standpoint, they could have handled it better, we think.
Yeah, either way it goes.
Butthurt.
Yeah, my butt sounds hurt, but
Yeah.
I'm still picking up these new books because it's Marvel and I'll buy it all. That's fine.
Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and end that episode with that today. Email us, nerdsonnerdystuff@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at nerdsonnerdy. And
Nerd on Nerdy.
Nerd on Nerdy, yeah.
Just one nerd.
Yeah, one nerd.
I messed up when I made the Twitter account.
Yeah. But anyways,
He's the editor.
Yeah, but anyways, thanks again for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe our channel. And we'll catch you guys next week. See you later.
Bye.